Most people think you need a massive bank account to start in real estate. They think you need a 20% down payment or $1 million credit line just to get a foot in the door. But what if I told you that $10,000 is actually the perfect seed to eventually replace your entire 9 to 5? The truth is, the barrier to entry isn't the money. It's the strategy. I've spent years analyzing the market and testing the most aggressive growth strategies for small accounts. I know exactly where most beginners waste their first 10 grand, and more importantly, how to avoid those traps. In this video, I'm giving you the 10K blueprint. We're pitting wholesaling against house hacking and REITs to see which one actually builds a portfolio the fastest in 2026. By the end of this, you'll know exactly where to put your money to start generating passive income, regardless of your current salary. Let's dive in. Here is the cold, hard truth. Most people think real estate is a gated community for the rich. You look at the current market, and you see home prices skyrocketing. You see interest rates that make your head spin. And you look at your $10,000. In a world of $1 million portfolios, 10 grand feels like a drop in the bucket. It feels insignificant. You've probably tried to research this, but every beginner's guide tells you the same thing. Save a 20% down payment. Do the math. On a decent rental, that's $40,000, maybe $60,000. If you're working a 9 to 5, saving that much feels like a decade-long sentence. While you're waiting to save enough, inflation is eating your bank account alive. Your money is actually losing value while it sits there. You're stuck in the employee loop, trading your most valuable asset, time, for a paycheck that barely keeps up with rent. The gap between where you are and your first property feels like a canyon. And the worst part, you know the wealth is being built right now. You just don't have the map to get in. Here is the truth. $10,000 isn't enough to buy a luxury apartment complex. But it is more than enough to build a wealth-generating engine if you stop thinking like a buyer and start thinking like a strategist. To turn 10K into a portfolio, you have 3 distinct paths. We call this the 10K blueprint. Path 1, the active sprint. This is wholesaling. In wholesaling, you aren't actually buying the property. You're selling the asterisk contract asterisk to another investor. Your 10K here isn't for a down payment. It's for marketing. You use tools like PropStream to find motivated sellers, people who need to sell fast due to foreclosure or probate. You find a deal at $150K, lock it under contract, and flip that contract to a cash buyer for $160K. You just made 10K without ever owning the home. High effort. Yes. High reward. Absolutely. Path 2, the hybrid play. House hacking. This is how you use leverage. Instead of a 20% down payment, you use an FHA loan, which only requires 3.5%. Your 10K covers the down payment on a low-cost duplex or a home with a basement suite. You live in one unit and rent out the others. The tenants effectively pay your mortgage while you build equity. If you're looking for the best rates to make this work, Better.com is a great place to start your pre-approval process, so you know exactly what you can afford. Finally, Path 3, the passive stream. REITs, real estate investment trusts. This is for the professional who has 0 time, but wants their money working 24/7. You don't deal with tenants, toilets, or trash. Instead of buying one house, you pool your 10K with thousands of others to own pieces of massive commercial portfolios. Platforms like Fundrise make this accessible. You can start with a fraction of your 10K and diversify across multiple asset classes instantly. So, which one do you choose? If you have more time than money, go wholesaling. If you want a place to live and a way to build equity fast, house hack. And if you want purely passive income while you climb the corporate ladder, go with rates. Regardless of the path, the goal is the same. Stop saving your money and start deploying it. Now, Executing this 10K blueprint requires the right tools. If you're choosing wholesaling, you need PropStream. It's how you find motivated sellers before they even hit the market. For those wanting 100% passive income, I use Fundrise. It lets you diversify into commercial real estate without the headache of being a landlord. And if you're house hacking, get your pre-approval sorted with Better.com. In this market, speed is everything. By leveraging these exact tools, I've scaled from a small seed into a diversified portfolio that generates consistent monthly cash flow. No more guessing. No more waiting for someday. If you're ready to build your wealth in 2026, hit that subscribe button and check the links in the description to grab these tools and start your journey today.